I think before we kind of dive into the Charlie Kirk stuff a little bit more, I wanted to talk a bit about this leaked plan for Gaza
Yeah.
that actually came out.
Well, first off, I guess we should just preface all of that by saying Israel continues its wanton aggression against literally all of its neighbors in bombing Qatar.
Yes, they bombed Qatar.
Is a lapdog of U.S. imperialism. There are U.S. bases in Qatar, and they just bombed a sovereign country that's ostensibly a U.S. ally, and bombed like a Hamas negotiator, someone negotiating. Once again, showing that Israel has absolutely no intention of negotiating in good faith and gets to just brutalize or do whatever it wants with no repercussions. So that's great. Wow. What do you even say?
Trump's response was interesting because he was basically like, "Oh, Qatar is our ally. This is not okay. Israel, don't do this." But then he basically says, "But this is good that it's fighting Hamas, and we still stand by Israel in their war against Hamas." So it's just, I gotta say, the guys who've been pushing for the Zionist parastate theory of Israel controlling America definitely had a win with that one. Like,
yeah, I mean it's utterly shocking. As you said, it jeopardizes the U.S.'s relations with Qatar, which is actually very important. It's becoming increasingly important for the U.S. I mean, the other thing is how does anyone justify? The person was a negotiator. How do they think this shit's gonna end? It's just like unbelievable to me. Yeah. I guess they could argue, oh, but we don't negotiate with terrorists, blah blah blah. That's really setting yourself up for nothing but just endless violence, which I guess if you're okay with, that's fine. But yeah, so it's just like Jesus Christ. Anyways, yeah, so we should talk about this horrific fucking genocide plan.
Hold on a second. Yeah, so
they can build their garish fucking holiday resorts.
Right, so here we go. Donald Trump's vision for Gaza's future. What a leaked plan tells us about U.S. regional strategy. So this is obviously looks like some shitty AI image that they created.
Yeah,
that they're gonna make Gaza into. But they somehow got a hold of this leaked plan, and the idea is to turn it into what they're calling the Gaza Reconstitution Economic Acceleration and Transformation Trust, which they're going. It sounds like they're basically trying to do their own version of the Belt and Road Initiative,
but genocidal and shitty.
Yeah, basically they're using a genocide as a kind of opening point to build this Belt and Road Initiative, which just sounds absolutely like ridiculous. Like they thought this out very carefully. It seems like they're just kind of throwing this together as Israel kind of plays a vanguard role in throwing the West into this genocidal, strategy of global power. But
the other thing is like that they're gonna try to do a Belt and Road Initiative, but they're just gonna get fleeced by contractors. Both Israeli and American. They're just gonna fleece them for
They're also kind of framing it as a consolidation of the Abraham Accords, which is funny. So they're still trying to somehow save that. Which
at this point,
after they bombed Qatar, and
I mean, Netanyahu literally just gave a speech in Hebrew, which I don't know if they understand this, but people can translate their language, where he said there will never be a Palestinian state.
Yes.
So the fact that you have people in the West, in the establishment, repeating nostrums about a commitment to two-state is just absolutely laughable, because one of the sides very clearly has made it very, very clear there will never be a Palestinian state, and any attempt to establish one will be met with just fury and vengeance and the destruction of entire cities and the elimination of hundreds of thousands of people. So good luck. Yeah, good luck negotiating any settlement with people like that.
It's
just really.
Okay, so yeah, I'll consider it. It's for Washington, it serves as a counterweight to China's Belt and Road Initiative while binding India into the US-led system.
Bro, India's done with y'all.
Yeah, it's like,
They're fucking done, dude. They'd have they would benefit so much more with quote unquote cordial relations with the People's Republic of China. Like, what the hell can the US offer them besides overpriced military hardware? That's basically it. And some kind of like intelligence over Pakistan, but even then, like, not really. Yeah, the US is cooked. They have nothing to offer anyone.
so yeah, I guess they launched this IMEC thing at a summit in New Delhi between US, EU, India, Saudi Arabia, and United Arab Emirates, and it's one of these big infrastructure mega projects. Israel wasn't a signatory, but I guess they're trying to basically wrap Gaza into this, and I don't think this is. I mean, I guess you can never underestimate the capacity of these Arab states to just completely sell out and betray, Palestine.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. They don't fucking give a shit. I mean, to be honest, it is kind of interesting how both Arabs and non-Arabs expect them to have solidarity on the basis of little more than, I guess, an ethno-linguistic connection. But it's kind of laughable to think that that's going to be what dictates like the ruling class's actions is some kind of vague linguistic unity. I mean, my family and I come from that world of pan-Arabism, so I understand its appeal. But finally, it kind of does show you the limitations of a kind of cultural paradigm of understanding solidarity and understanding collective agency or social agency. What is it? What interest does it serve the Qatari ruling class to show real solidarity with the Palestinian people? What does it get them?
Right, right.
So
Yeah,
what are
there's
they
a
going
lot
to do?
to say about pan-Arabism. I think we could maybe do an episode diving deeper into the successes, which are very few, sadly, and failures of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
It doesn't resolve the political and social problem. Right?
well, I think because it assumed that there was a natural solidarity among Arabs that would just kind of manifest itself through.
And I mean, there is, in a sense, like you do have a cultural connection. You do, I do feel that connection. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
but is it enough to build a one state that unifies all Arabs like
Yeah, well,
Nasser?
that's never going to happen.
Right. So I think the pan-Arabist project, it kind of softened itself just to a general Arab solidarity rather than the goal of building a single Arab state.
But you need to have a real material reason
Yeah.
to have solidarity. Otherwise, you either really don't care or you fill it with mystification, which Islamism has tried to kind of fill that void, right? So,
Right. So basically, they're trying to cast Gaza as this Iranian outpost that's undermining this IMEC plan. That's kind of like this counterweight to the Belt and Road Initiative. But I don't actually think that's, it just seems like they're trying to force it into this plan.
They totally are.
Yeah. Doing, and they're saying, oh, this is actually in our strategic interest. We actually do need to turn Gaza into this port area so that we can do this IMEC thing.
Yeah, they're trying to basically come up with. They're trying to come up with a reason to genocide the Gazans that seems to serve the interests of people outside the U.S. and Israel, right? They're kind of trying to generate a justification for it that would appeal to the Indians, or I don't know who. But it's just.
Yeah, they're trying to make it seem like there actually is an economic rationality behind this, but they're, and I guess in a way
for the Israelis there is, right?
Yeah,
it's to colonize.
What was that?
For the Israelis, it is. It's to colonize the area.
Right. But for their allies, I mean, there's nothing here for them.
Well, I mean, for the U.S., it serves the Israelis, so in a sense, it kind of serves them.
Right.
For everyone else, it doesn't. So they have to kind of lie to everyone else and be like, well, this shit is actually good for you too. Join in on murdering children.
It's like this idea that Gaza is like an Iranian outpost. It's like it doesn't have sovereignty. It did not have sovereignty before October 7th. Obviously, it doesn't have sovereignty now. Like the idea that Iran was just like flooding it with weapons and turning it into this outpost of terror or whatever. Like,
but also, it's like very clear that it's the same thing with the Houthi. They also have a degree of autonomy. In fact, they have quite a lot of autonomy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, the way that people reduce these groups to proxies is just
it's just like incredible. I mean, like imagine you did the same thing to the Israelis. They would shut the fuck up. No, we're not the lapdog of the U.S. Well, they're not. But you know, like if you said the same shit, people would immediately be like, no, well, the Israelis have their own interests. They have their own autonomy. Blah blah blah. But of course, Arabs are nothing but playthings of larger powers, right? They have no autonomy. It's just like, yeah, this shit is nauseating.
Yeah, it's like by invoking Gaza's history as a trading route, the plan presents the territory as a natural logistics gateway, poised to thrive once again at the center of a pro-American regional order. So I guess this is
everyone hates you. It's not going to be pro-American. Everyone fucking hates you. What do they not understand?
And this is wild. The blueprint proposes extending Gaza's port from Egypt's Al-Arish, integrating its industries into regional supply chains, and reorganizing its land into planned cities and digital economies. Okay, so it's gonna be like, you know, the Sovcore type shit as well. They're gonna be
this
like,
is softcore shit, but
yeah, it's gonna be a big playground for all these tech capitalists to build like
dumb
crypto
shit.
cities and all kinds of dumb shit
just
nonsense.
dumb shit that does nothing to improve human welfare.
And they're calling it voluntary relocation.
Wow, that is what a
which is just absolutely ridiculous and insane.
What a grotesque combination of words.
I know.
What a disgusting combination of like these people are ghouls. These people are fucking ghouls, honestly. I just wish they could spend a single fucking day in Gaza, honestly.
Yeah, I wish we could just fucking drop them out there and let them
like
fucking
let them
minute of what Gaza has to go through.
Just let them suffer one day of what the Gazans suffer right now. Just one fucking day. This is what I hate about religion. Like, how can you believe there's a moral order when these ghouls do not just daily commit their atrocities and go unpunished? What moral order, like, what sense can you think of? I'm just so angry.
Yeah, I think it's part of the appeal of religion is believing that there is an afterlife where all these guys are going to get their comeuppance, but unfortunately I don't believe that's true.
Yeah, inshallah, like, you know, in a way, some people always ask me like, "Oh, do you believe in God and the afterlife?" And I'm like, you know, I wish there was a God.
Yeah,
I wish there was an afterlife. I really wish, because I know that if there was, these people will go to hell, right? Yeah. They will suffer for what they've done, but I can't believe it.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I always people who are dying for nothing would have an afterlife. That wouldn't be, you know, terrible. But in the end, yeah, it's
just, oh God. This shit is just,
yeah, the level of evil that we're dealing with here is just unfathomable. Because, you know, I mean, we've all been seeing the footage from what's happening in Gaza City, where they're just blowing up entire buildings. People are tens of thousands of people are being relocated into tent cities out of Gaza City, which is, you know, already probably like, you know, terrible living conditions there. But now it's just completely uninhabitable. The entire urban landscape is just being completely demolished.
No, they destroyed without massive injections of capital. It's Gaza City and Gaza are no more.
It's just absolutely horrifying.
It's just been leveled. There's nothing. Decades to build it, and there's nothing. And people keep quoting 60, 70,000. It's a joke. A real tally has to be made. We're talking hundreds of thousands. You know, we're talking
it's not 60, 70,000. I mean, obviously that number is absolutely horrible and
Well, they
Terrifying,
destroyed the infrastructure to be
but
able
it's
to
worse than that. It's way worse than that. There's no way
Oh,
it's
it's
not way
worse.
worse than that.
It's worse. It's in the hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
And
The level of human criminality and depravity and degeneracy that we're going to find out occurred in this war, this genocide, is it's going to be unfolded over time, and it's going to just get worse and worse as we learn more, I think.
Yeah, and all of the Western leaders should be in The Hague. They should be in The Hague, and they should be hung. To be honest.
I mean, the idea that you can do this to a city like Gaza, a whole area like Gaza, and then call anything that happens afterwards voluntary relocation is just so
disgusting.
Ridiculous.
Disgusting. I mean, there has been the Gazan people show incredible bravery and a deep understanding of what's going on because many have stayed put despite the fact that their lives are living hell. But some have relocated. Some have been displaced from Gaza itself already. Not many, but some have fled, and I completely understand.
Some have managed to, yeah. I mean, it's not everybody can flee is the thing.
Yeah. And some people are also, as I said, very conscious of what the Israelis are trying to do, which is
right. They understand that they're not going to be able to return if they leave.
Yeah, they'll be ethnically cleansed from the place. So they've shown tremendous bravery, but it's just, Donald and I were talking before, and I was like, I just wish I could make these gringos, these Yankees, suffer apartheid or colonialism or any of this shit for one day, just so that they could get kind of a personal taste of the things that they defend. And maybe they would quickly change their tune. I would hope so. Actually, they would. I know they would. But once again, there's no moral order. So these assholes get away with it. I'm just so like, the anger I feel is just incredible. It's just incredible. I fucking hate the American ruling class so much. It's despicable. It's a bunch of
I mean, ever since Joe Biden started this genocide, basically, I've just been filled with anger and rage, and I don't know what I can do. If I try to donate to relief projects in Palestine, I try to promote them, but it's not enough, and I know that, but in the end, what can we do other than just overthrow our own ruling class and work towards that goal?
Yeah, I mean, when you organize, when you argue for socialism, remember the pieces of shit who defend this order and the sorts of things that they've done. I mean, the first time in my conscious political life that I felt this rage was with Iraq and what they were doing there. And, Bush should be shot like a common criminal and just thrown in a ditch somewhere because they destroyed that country and they killed millions of people. And these people arrogate themselves the right to criticize others and judge others and say that their order is the best of all possible worlds. And it's laughable because they're moral, just monsters.
So here it says Saudi Arabia, though not formally part of the Abraham Accord, signaled its acceptance of the overall framework when it backed IMEC. For Washington, Gaza's reconstruction is imagined as the final step in persuading Riyadh to make normalization official, a prize that would anchor the Abrahamic order. The Trump plan is designed to smooth this path, ordering Saudi Arabia a custodial role in Gaza's redevelopment and a lucrative stakes in the IMEC. To make the goal more palatable, it even floats the idea of a Palestinian polity. So, like, what kind of comprador polity?
Yeah, Saudi Arabia at this point just blow up the whole country.
What the hell, man?
Just Saudi Arabia is just despicable. What do you even say about such? That's not even. I don't even know what you call that rump little. Just disgusting. Just ugh. just like just animals.
Yeah, absolutely despicable.
Just despicable.
So I think but yeah, that's basically what is planned for Gaza by our ruling class.
Just more development. Just
The
the
abundance
abundance
platform for
platform, but
Gaza, yeah.
fucking imperialism. Just build shit. The horizon of human civilization is the dictates of real estate. Great. What a fucking epic journey for the human race.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely
pathetic.
pathetic.